Adenium arabicum seedlings will grow and develop according to their character, which is easy to grow fat and plump with active branch growth around the stem. Basically, Adenium arabicum will grow well if it gets enough nutrients, but not too much, according to its growth phase. Even for Adenium seedlings, it does not require special planting media or very fertile planting media in order to grow and enlarge. In addition to the availability of nutrients, there are several other factors that also affect the growth and enlargement of Adenium seedlings. The growth and development of Adenium plants are determined by several factors. Genetic factors, which are internal factors, which affect the growth and development of Adenium seedlings. In addition, Adenium growth factors are also determined by the condition of the external environment, such as environmental factors for planting and the availability of nutrients in the planting media. The characteristic of Adenium arabicum growth is that it is easy to grow large, and its branches grow actively and compactly. But if it is not accompanied by proper care, of course, its growth will be different from the character of Adenium arabicum that it should be. Adenium plants will naturally experience two growth phases, namely the vegetative phase and the generative phase. Each growth phase has different nutritional needs. For the provision of Adenium arabicum nutrition, I prioritize providing vegetative growth nutrition for most of my Adeniums, from Adenium seedlings to mature Adeniums, although with the risk that Adenium plants will have difficulty flowering, both the nutrients provided in the planting medium and additional fertilizers. By prioritizing nutrients for vegetative growth, then it will slightly change and prolong the vegetative phase in Adenium, so that the generative phase, which should occur in seedlings that have entered the age of 6 to 8 months, will be hampered. With the aim that the growth of non-reproductive organs of the Adenium plant can grow optimally, such as growth of stems, branches, roots, and leaves, especially the growth of Adenium branches. Because not all Adeniums can grow side branches simultaneously. Not a few Adeniums are very difficult to grow side branches and require more time for the side branches to grow compactly. In the vegetative phase for the enlargement of Adenium seedlings, it is highly recommended to use planting media containing nitrogen and potassium nutrients, as well as additional fertilizers. Nitrogen is useful for stimulating plant growth, increasing leaf production, and helping photosynthesis in Adenium plants. And potassium is useful for strengthening the Adenium stem to make it stronger, and functions to transport or distribute food from the photosynthesis process to all parts of the Adenium plant. Potassium makes Adenium plants more resistant to pests and diseases and helps the growth and enlargement of Adenium seedlings. Nitrogen and potassium nutrients function to stimulate the growth of new shoots, young leaves, and increase the formation of leaf chlorophyll. But the provision of nutrients for the enlargement of Adenium seedlings should not be excessive. Too fertile can actually be detrimental. It will make the growth of Adenium branches difficult to control. Branch growth will feel fast along with the rapid growth of leaves. The growth of Adenium seedlings will look fast compared to the enlargement of the stem. The growth of Adenium seedling enlargement is closely related to the photosynthesis carried out by the Adenium plant itself. The amount of photosynthesis carried out by Adenium depends on the number of leaves owned by the Adenium plant. The more leaves owned by Adenium during photosynthesis, the more photosynthesis is carried out. Photosynthesis carried out by Adenium leaves requires the help of sunlight energy. The placement of Adenium seedling pots needs to be stored in an open place with good air circulation and exposed to direct sunlight. The benefits of sunlight: in addition to the photosynthesis needs of Adenium plants, sunlight will inhibit the work of the auxin hormone in Adenium plants. Auxin is a growth hormone that regulates the increase in the length of stem cells in plants and increases apical dominance or leaf shoot growth. But auxin cannot survive with strong sunlight. Therefore, sunlight is very much needed by Adenium plants to inhibit apical dominance or leaf shoot growth, and will stimulate lateral shoots or the growth of side branches of Adenium plant seedlings. In general, good Adenium planting media must have requirements such as having good porosity, meaning it can store water, as well as having drainage or the ability to drain water, and aeration or the ability to drain oxygen well. Adenium planting media must be able to maintain its moisture, but must be able to remove excess water. Most importantly, always routinely replace the planting media at least once every 6 months, at the latest once every 8 months. To get maximum Adenium stem enlargement, the planting medium should not dry out. The planting medium must always be kept moist, especially in the dry season. Planting media that is too dry will cause Adenium plants to dehydrate during hot weather. Dehydrated Adenium plants, the water reserves in the Adenium stems will evaporate, and the Adenium plants will have difficulty storing water reserves and photosynthetic food in their stems. The more water reserves and photosynthetic food stored in the Adenium stem, the larger the size of the Adenium stem. And one other factor that can be the cause: Adenium seedlings have difficulty growing large stems and branches growing actively and compactly, is the use of inappropriate pesticides. Basically, pesticides are poisons for pests and diseases that attack Adenium plants, and of course, if the use is too excessive, it will also poison the Adenium plant. One of the effects that often arise due to excessive use of pesticides is the difficulty of growing side branch shoots. Because the chemicals that stick to the prospective Adenium branch shoots will inhibit the growth of the prospective shoots. It will even cause the prospective side branch shoots to fail to grow, so be wise in using pesticides. Use them only when needed. As a prevention of pests and diseases, before pests and diseases of Adenium plants begin to spread, in addition to routine pesticide application, there is nothing wrong with taking preventive measures by maintaining the cleanliness of the planting area. So that the environment around the planting does not become a breeding ground for pests and diseases, and provide a distance between each Adenium plant that is not too close together, so that the area around the Adenium plant has good air circulation and is not too humid. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully this video is useful and can be an inspiration and encouragement to continue pursuing the hobby of caring for Adenium plants. Press the thumbs up if you like the video and share it with your friends. Don't forget to press the subscribe button for those who haven't subscribed to the Trishuma YouTube channel. And press the notification bell so that hobbyist friends don't miss new videos on this channel.